such a distraction. It's like I tell my wife, you know, she comes in the house, it's like that attention-getting behavior. It's like, I know, I've got a problem. I have lead singer's disease. All right, so let's play another song. Okay, so, wow, how am I going to pick up the mood here? This is an album track. It's called Seeds. And this is about holding on to a memory to the point where you have to ask yourself if holding on to something too long is detrimental to your health. And it's called Waves. This is Waves, not Seeds. I'm sorry.
Let's do Waves next.
Let's do Waves. I'm sorry. So this song is called Waves, not Seeds. And holding on to a memory too long, I realized, can be detrimental to your health. And like a wave comes and knocks you down and pulls you into the tide, you know, you're holding on to something old so long, is it better to let it go? Hopefully you'll understand it the way we wrote it. But this is, it's called Waves. Check it out. Looks like one of your friends, so she's okay.
Yeah.
So we went and checked her quick with the medic. She's okay.
She's doing all right. So
Yeah.
thank you very much for the help on that. Should we do some questions?
Sure, let's do some questions.
Some questions. Okay. Oh, here we go. From Katie Coo. I like this. Please, can you convince my boyfriend to have Thick as Thieves as our wedding song? This is it. This is where you actually convince him.
What's his name? Jay? Jay, come on, man. She wants it, you gotta give it to her. Or let me teach you now, if you're going to be married, get used to giving your wife what she wants. It's a very good show.
And you also added in, my parents had Always as their wedding song.
Oh, how nice. Well, thank your parents. Thank you.
Cool. A question from Rupi Babra. And we kind of covered this a bit, but will Bon Jovi be touring the UK post-release of the new album? You kind of talked about this.
Well, let me tell you something. If we could play here tonight, I would love to. Let's all hope that next summer we're here and live and in person. We just have to measure the progress of the post surgery, but it's getting better all the time.
I'll take that.
Yeah, I'll take that as a positive. Yeah.
Robert Mangan says, when it comes to curating a set list for a concert, how do you choose from so many hits which to play and which songs don't make the cut? Tough choice. A lot of songs.
Thick as Thieves would not usually get to make the cut. Not because I don't want it to, but it always has. Of course, you're going to get It's My Life and Prayer and A Bad Name and Wanted and the obvious. So I look at it like 3 for you, 1 for me. 3 for you. And so if I'm lucky, I get those couple of album tracks or obscure tracks that I get to do for the art of it. And then of course we want to play Prayer and Wanted and all that stuff every night.
Just, I'm sure these guys like that. What's the kind of deep cut that you always like? I kind of like going there with that song. There's a song like you like.
Off the top of my head, When We Were Beautiful. A really special kind of album track. Love's the Only Rule and stuff on that album that I just think were great songs that weren't singles. And then, those are the ones that are there for me. Last Man Standing, stuff like that.
We have a question from Katja Hildbrandt. After 40 years of Bon Jovi as a band, what motivates you to keep going musically?
The idea that you write a song that comes off of the page and you get excited, so you want to go in the studio, and then if it turns out on the record, just playing Walls of Jericho, for instance, was the first time that an audience has ever heard it, let alone watch the band perform it. So now I'm dying to get out there in front of an audience to perform it, to see how it works, and that connection is made. Because connecting with the audience over a song is the ultimate satisfaction of writing.
How does that? I'm also fascinated by this. Even just like, say it's Wembley, right?
Okay, let's just say
Let's just say, how many times? Like,
a lot.
yeah, like, just those the steps up to the stage, right?
Yeah.
So the support band's been on, everyone's had a really good day, everyone knows Jovi's going to be walking on scene, the lights go down.
Yeah. Well, the lights are never down because it's summer in England. And
Okay. Well, like, dusk is starting to
no, you're going out there knowing that that's where Live Aid was from. That would be the first thing that goes to my mind.
Yeah.
You know, this is where Live Aid happened. You know, and Freddie and all those great acts that were on there. So that would have been the first thing, especially in the old Wembley when we played so many times at the old Wembley. Yeah, go ahead.
So, like, you know, the lights are down a little bit. Someone says, band walking, and the band start, you know, you're coming up for the seats, and then you walking up those steps.
Yeah.
How does that feel? Because I cannot imagine.
It's good. You're in a, if everything is right, you're in a trance. You're sort of not there. You're floating above it. You know, you're just a vehicle to get out there at that point. Because all the preparation is done. There's no nerves. It's an excitement because you know what's about to happen. So it's if you're in that right place, you're floating out. Yeah, it's great.
Sarah Freeman, so many people describe you as driven during the Thank You Goodnight documentary. What's your motivation? What keeps you working?
The driven part just comes from wanting to be good for you. You know, just try to be the best version of us that we can be for you. So it's not about any adulation. It's not about the applause. It's not about, certainly not about the money. It's about being great. It's about going out there and being the best you could be. You put your trust in me and us. I need to deliver in spades 40 years on. You know, I can't be the shell. I can't be the fat Elvis. It's just not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. It's real simple. I'm either gonna be me or I'm not, but I'm not gonna go out there and fool y'all. There you go. Yeah, you're Elvis impersonator. Oh, I love that. Good job. Wait, you're the fat Elvis? Well, hey, everyone's got an audience.
We have another question from Megan Hillston. Megan, are you here? Hey! Good to have you. How often do you get a chance to go back to New Jersey? And what do you think the best
New Jersey.
the best trait about New Jersey is?
Well, I'm still from New Jersey. My license is New Jersey. I was born there, as was David, as was Richie, and you know, where the other two guys lived. And when I die, they'll spread my ashes across New Jersey. That's who I am. The trait, I don't know. I mean, it's like I was with Tim from the Charlatans today, doing his radio program. And we were comparing Manchester to New Jersey. And you carry that with you. You know, wherever he goes, he's always going to be from Manchester. So wherever we go, we're always going to have been from Jersey. And you carry that with you wherever you go.
Is there a thing where you see other people from Jersey and there's a little nod of like, yeah, we know?
It makes us all cousins. Then again, we are a little inbred, but that's...
Alina Vaslekova.
Nice.
I think I got that right. So, hey, how you doing?
She must be a tennis player.
Question is, what is your favorite line or lyric from the entire Forever album?
Oh my God, I don't know.
Yeah.
But there is a line on Living Proof, because this is sort of like that test where you have to answer quickly. But there's a line in Living Proof that says, this family tree's got nothing left to prove now. Me and you were the living proof. And I think that's for all of you out there.
Should we have another song? Should we have another exclusive song?
Right, this song, Seeds, this is the one I wanted to play. When we did Slippery When Wet all those years ago in Vancouver. We went into the studio with those 10 songs written, ready, pre-produced, everything was done in rehearsal. And we had an inkling that You Give Love a Bad Name was going to be radio friendly. It was pretty evident and obvious with songs like Addicted to Love by Robert Palmer or I Love Rock and Roll and those big anthemic choruses that we had a good shot with this song. What we didn't know was what the next single was ultimately going to be. In truth, I guess we might have even thought that Wanted Dead or Alive might have been it. But we were aware that Living on a Prayer was a great song. We just didn't know how it fit into anything. Because it didn't sound like anything else on the radio. It didn't sound like anything by anybody else. And of course, that song, when I die, they'll say he co-wrote that song. So, that song has transcended everything and it became what it was. I think this song is one of those for us that sounds so different than anything else we've ever done. And lyrically says something that we are all leaving seeds that will grow into trees, that will grow into lives that will influence others when we're gone. Listen to it, we can talk about it after. Yes, I did rip off the Beatles arrangement of the strings. Strap in, this one's called Seeds.